Animated Anarchy series presents the Animated Showdown.
All right, what's up, everybody? It is Wednesday. It is Wednesday as you are listening to this. We are here on your lunch break. This is the Animated Showdown as part of the Animated Anarchy series, episode 10. I am, of course, your host, Dutchie, joined as always by Sean.
Hello.
And Wildcard Dave.
I'm here.
Eric is not here. He's still in Australia. We're coping. I am filling in as the judge this week. We have 4 interesting battles. This is a very anime-heavy show. We are starting out with a boring world where the concept of dirty jokes doesn't exist. I don't want to live in that world. Versus PARASYTE the MAXIM. Ace Ventura Pet Detective, which is not an anime. Versus Blue Exorcist, which is one. We have KENLCHI, the Mightiest Disciple, taking on Sword Art Online. And our main event, the only battle to not feature an anime, SUPERFRIENDS taking on the WOODPECKER show. All right, so we're going to get the randomizer up and running in just a second here. It's going to pick out our 5 categories. Then it's a best of 5. If a show wins 3-0, 30 points. 3-1 will be 20 points. 3-2 will be 10 points and 5 for the loser. If you're swept, you lose 10 points. So we'll go ahead. We'll share. I will be generous and share my screen here. All right, what are we hoping for?
I'll take animation style, character development, anything but merch and memorable moments.
Okay. All right. So merch and memorable moments are going to end up on here, right?
Yep.
All right. Can everybody see the screen?
Yep.
All right, here we go. Just one click. Holy crap. All right, so theme song, fan base, voice acting, humor, and enjoyment, overall enjoyment. All right, what do we think?
A lot better than
I'd like it.
on Saturday's episode.
I like it.
Does that change any of the battles around a little bit?
Possibly. Possibly.
Might.
All right, we're going to jump right into it. We're going to go. It is a boring world where the concept of dirty jokes doesn't exist. I mean, we're not going to that world, but taking on PARASYTE the MAXIM. The boring world is in the division representing Sky Zim. PARASYTE the MAXIM in the division representing Pat Skelly. Theme song is the first category. Theme song is usually what opens up a program. And Dave, why don't you go ahead and go first?
I like PARASYTE the MAXIM for the theme song. I thought it came in kind of hard. I like that thing. Like when I first listened to that theme song, like that intro song, I was just like, dang, this thing kind of hits. Like, it's kind of like it's got a melodic kind of voice over it, and then you can hear the drums in the background that are hitting, and I just thought they really did a good job here.
Yeah. All right, Sean?
No, I agree with Dave. I think PARASYTE had a lot better theme song than the concept of dirty jokes did.
Yeah. Well, because the concept of dirty jokes was more of just like a short intro.
Yeah.
PARASYTE, that is also what I'm going with. Like it matters because PARASYTE had the category 1 anyway. But it mainly because, again, I've said it before, I like shows that have the theme song that has an actual theme song with words. I get that sometimes the intro really helps define the show better, But I feel like if you're going to have a theme song, it has to be something catchy to get people to actually want to watch it. We're going to move on to fan base. 2 animes. Who had the bigger fan base? Sean?
I'm going with A Boring World here. That's what I'm going to call it. I'm not going through the whole name.
Well, isn't it called like Shinamoto or something? Or
yeah, it's Shimamoto, A Boring World with the concept of dirty joke. Yeah, so I'll just go Shimo. I think with the style of show it is, I don't know off like the top of my head, so I'm basing this off of just both styles. I think the way this is more comedic and kind of not a new series, but something that's a lot different from other animes in there.
Yeah,
I think it just might have drawn more people to it. So I'm going with Shimo. I'm a part of that fan base.
Right. Well, this was your idea. Dave, were you signaling to go next, or were you all right.
Gang signs?
Yep, I was doing my baseball signals,
Yeah.
All
right. Go ahead, Aaron Judge.
Yeah, I'm going with Parasite the Maxim here. It sold over 25 million copies in the manga alone, making it one of the best-selling manga series of all time. It's won multiple prestigious awards, which would include so if you win a lot of awards, that means you have a large audience and an appreciative audience. They have a huge online community, and it's a huge anime. It's still appreciated over the time. It still has a big popularity. So I believe just because the 25 million copies of the manga sold by 2022 makes it far more, like the fan base is far more bigger than A Boring World, where the concept of dirty jokes doesn't exist.
Okay. What do you know? The boss breaks the tie. I'm agreeing with Dave, and I'm going to say Parasite because Parasite the Maximum had what, 24 episodes?
Yeah, I believe so. 24.
Okay. Concept, the boring, thing where everybody's upset because there's no nudity involved, or no nudity allowed. It had what, 12 episodes?
Yes.
Not 100% sure on that.
I mean, I was mainly asking Sean. This whole putting this thing in the series was his idea.
Yeah, they had 12.
Okay. 24 is higher than 12 for anybody that's a math major. So to me, that means that the fan base for that is a little more popular, especially because it was around a little longer. And I do feel like because cartoon podcasts have done episodes on this show, on Parasite the Maxim. A cartoon podcast that mainly focuses on cartoons meant for Saturday morning did an episode on Parasite the Maxim because they thought it was good enough. So I went with Parasite the Maxim on this one. All right, up 2-0. They can sweep here. Voice acting. This one was a little more difficult for me because Parasite the Maxim, if you want to watch it on Crunchyroll, you're watching it in Japanese with subtitles. So for me, I went with The Boring World. I hate to... I more than just because the fact that it was in English, I felt like there was more kind of like emotion in the characters in A Boring World, and I could understand. Like, it's easy. The voice acting was easier to follow because I didn't have to read subtitles. So I went with Boring World. Dave?
This one was kind of tough because, how they do the portrayal of the parasites, like inhuman vocal patterns and stuff like that. I found that pretty exceptional with voice acting, but the English dub I felt was below average. So just because of their dub, I'm going with The Boring World here. I thought they did good voice acting to really bring in the jokes and the humor.
Yeah.
So I thought, you got to perform well to deliver good jokes, and they did that. And they have a dub version as well for like the Japanese side, and they killed it on that as well.
Yeah.
So they get high regards in that factor. So I'm going with The Boring World here.
All right, Sean.
Same. I'm going with The Boring World.
I smell comeback. Mainly because the next category is humor. The Boring World was very funny. Parasite the Maxim had like a little bit of humor in it, especially like the interaction with the parasite.
Mm-hmm.
Dave, were you or Dave, you want to go last or you want to go now?
No, I'm saying all three of us are picking the same thing. I'm calling it now.
All right. Well, I picked Boring World on this one. Are you two with me?
Yep.
Yeah. Hands down.
Yeah. That's what their show was about.
Yeah. That was going to be my argument too, or like my explanation. I was like, the show is literally a comedic show. Like, Parasite's supposed to be more of like serious-ish type show.
Yeah. So what do you know? We have a 2-2. This happened. Didn't this happen like a week or two ago? Like somebody was up 2-0 and then they just blew it.
Yep.
I can't remember who, but yep.
Neither can I. I was hoping you two would, but
I don't think it was like a big name cartoon.
It just happened. I know that. I mean, it's happened a few times. It was Life with Louie and Ed and Eddie last. But Life with Louie was up 2-0.
Oh yeah.
Oh yep.
Then Eddie came back and won. Is Boring World going to do the same thing? The category is overall enjoyment. It really is just like, what did you enjoy more? And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to leave it off. I'm going to say Boring World just because I felt like it was more, and I don't know what this says to me as a human being, but it was like more, it was something more I could get into. Parasite, I feel like if I was watching it in a dub version and I didn't have to pay attention to subtitles, I may have picked it. But Boring World was it was easier to get into. Dave?
I'm going with Boring World here as well. I thought they delivered their humor perfectly. I thought, it was enjoyable. I haven't watched a ton of the episodes for Parasite. I've watched a handful, like 5, 6. So I haven't watched enough to say, this is, I like this better because I haven't gotten to the story enough. But, the story for A Boring World is it's humor, and it made me laugh. And, to me, that's more enjoyable. You can make me laugh. I like it.
Yeah. Sean?
Same. A Boring World. I don't think there was an episode where I wasn't laughing.
All right, so they're going to win 3-2. They're going to get 10 points. Parasite the Maxim still walking out of here with 5. And that's like the funny thing is that, like, Sean, you put it. No, I don't think any of us really had a clue what this thing was until you said, let's throw this in here, because you just happened to sit down and watch it one day with your wife, right?
she made me watch it. She actually found it over me, and then she's like, "You need to watch this show. It's hilarious." And so I sat there, and she did not lie to me.
She watched it. She's like, "You need to watch this, and you need to put it in this cartoon thing that bald idiot came up with." Because like it's gonna go. I don't know. I don't know about going far. I don't know about how many victories it's going to get, but because I don't know if it matches up with any of the top tier anime.
I don't think so, but it definitely will win a few rounds, I think.
Yeah, well, it won one. So all right, they win 3-2. So now we're moving on to what should probably be quicker. Ace Ventura Pet Detective, the animated series, versus Blue Exorcist. Ace Ventura Pet Detective in the division of Will Penn. Blue Exorcist in the division of Will Sharkey. So a battle of wills. And neither will is really that strong, but that's another story. Make sure I got the right guy here. Yep. All right. Okay, so Blue Exorcist taking on Ace Ventura Pet Detective. All right, we start with theme. And obviously opens up the show. And, you know, it really, the theme song really helps get the, really helps start building momentum for the episode. Sean, who had the better theme song?
I'm going with Ace Ventura here. I just think it shows good examples of what the show is going to be about.
Yeah.
Like, it's quirky, it's funny, it's weird.
Yeah.
You know? So, yeah, I'm picking them.
I'm more of the cartoon guy, but I actually went Blue Exorcist. And the reason why is because Ace Ventura, it just sounded dumb.
Mm-hmm.
That'd do.
Yeah. So, I don't know. And I just liked the way Blue Exorcist just kind of opened up, their theme song. Dave, you're going to go ahead and break the tie on this one. I know I just kind of made you smile from ear to ear.
You did. Yeah, I agree with you here, Doug. I'm going with Blue Exorcist. I think they killed it on the vocals. And they also did they didn't just do one melody over the intro. They switched it up. It was kind of like a little bit of rap type deal, and then they kind of got into a melody and sang a little bit. And I think once he started singing, that song they killed it. And I think that theme song really hit. So
yeah,
I'm giving it to Blue Exorcist here.
Yeah, I think he was blushing when I picked Blue Exorcist over Ace Ventura. And Sean was just like, geez, he goes, now you picked the anime theme song over the cartoon? Finally agree with you. All right. Fan base is the next category. Blue Exorcist is up 1-0. Fan base, who had the bigger fan base? Obviously, Ace Ventura, it was a movie, then it became an animated series. You can argue, though, with the fan base of anime. Blue Exorcist kind of has that momentum. Dave, you're going to start.
I feel like Ace Ventura has this. I think it has the bigger fan base due to who the main character was. What, Jim Carrey, right?
Yeah, I mean, he didn't voice him in the cartoon.
Yeah, I know he didn't, but it was his face there.
Yeah.
So he brings a big crowd. It's pretty humorous. I feel like just through the nostalgia for that, I feel like they have it.
Okay. I again went the other way. I went with Blue Exorcist just because of anime popularity, because I really did not like Ace Ventura.
I didn't like it either, to be honest.
Sean, guess what?
I actually went with Blue Exorcist on this one. just like you said, just because of the anime fan base that it carries over. And I mean, Ace Ventura is almost just known just for Jim Carrey, so that fan base alone is big. But I think Blue Exorcist has a more, how do I put it, a bigger range of an audience.
Yeah. We're living in a twilight zone here. Anime wins the category, but it's not because of Dave. It's because of the guy that's the tweener that usually goes in between the cartoon and the anime, and the guy that's usually pro-cartoon.
Yep.
Perfect mix.
What the heck just happened here?
I'm a hybrid.
Yeah.
Well, I'm a huge fan of Jim Carrey's work, so like.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, me too.
So like,
don't get me wrong.
Yeah, so like, I just
great.
The weight of his name kind of put it over for me. That's what it was.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is because this is not the only Jim Carrey Jim Carrey movie that got a cartoon. The Mask got one. Dumb and Dumber got one. Now, how Ace Ventura ended up being the only one in this that ended up in this series, I have no idea, except for I probably forgot about the other two and just put this one. Mm-hmm. But I actually like The Mask better.
The Mask, I love that.
Yeah, The Mask was a lot better.
Well,
it was peak.
I like the Ace Ventura movie better, but the Mask cartoon I like better.
Okay.
I felt like the Ace Ventura cartoon was kind of just like,
trying to keep it alive.
Yeah. All right. We're going to go to voice acting. And, again, luckily Blue Exorcist is one of those shows that they did have
dub.
They did have the dub. Sean, why don't you go ahead and start us off here?
I got to go with Blue Exorcist. I think just the different ways they can express the characters over Ace Ventura. I think Ace Ventura is just one symmetrical.
Yeah.
You kind of have to, you got to be like excited, but like annoying, but like you're up here and people want you down here.
Yeah.
I think Blue Exorcist is just a perfect mix of drama to reality and, just better range.
Yeah. Dave?
Perfectly said, Sean. I agree with you. They do have a broader range of voice acting and a better dynamic, I believe. You hit it right on the point.
All right. So we're not in the Twilight Zone anymore. We're all agreeing that because I also said Blue Exorcist basically for the same reasons. So guess what? And the anime sweeps the cartoon. 3-0. Blue Exorcist gets the win.
And can I also say Ace Ventura, with the voice acting, I think they were strapped to being so much like the movie.
Yeah.
That it actually hurt them. If that makes any sense.
It does, because I feel like they were trying to have that that voice actor that was voicing Ace Ventura. They wanted him to be like Jim Carrey.
Yeah, and
but you can't be. Jim Carrey is unique, so it's hard to mimic him.
Yeah. I mean, in the Mask cartoon, Rob Paulsen, but that's only because he's like the king of, animated voices, or he's up there. He's at least in that kingdom. He did a good job, but that's because he knows how to do cartoon voices. Whoever this guy was, it was just like, all right, he tried, but it didn't necessarily, No,
if Jim Carrey was about to be the voice actor.
Huh?
What if Jim Carrey was the voice actor?
Well, then
it would be a different conversation, probably.
Yeah.
Because he's doing the adaptation of himself.
Right.
Yeah. All right. They win 3-0. Blue Exorcist gets 30 points. Ace Ventura is going to lose 10. So now we are going to the next anime battle. Kenichi, the Mightiest Disciple, taking on Sword Art Online. Sword Art Online in the division of Sarah Russo. Kenichi, the Mightiest Disciple, in the division of Will Penn. So let's see if Will gets if Kenichi does better than Ace Ventura just did. Theme song is the first category. Sean, go ahead, start us off.
I'm going with The Mightiest Disciple. I liked it more than Sword Art Online. Just cleaner, better, drew my attention a little more.
All right, Dave, you're up. Who had the better theme song?
The peak theme song right here. Their theme song was beautiful, beautiful. The woman singing on there hit those notes beautifully. I like they got drums going on certain parts that like kind of like get it going, and then kind of like mellows out into like a big drop. I thought, and then they had really good action scenes while that music's going on. So I got to give it to Sword Art Online.
Okay.
I was just going to ask who you were talking about because once you started talking, your mic kind of muted a little bit. At least on my end.
No, I couldn't. I'm glad that you were going to ask the same thing because I was going to too. All right. So Boss breaks the tie once again. And I went with Kenichi, The Mightiest Disciple, because I felt like it was a more catchier song.
Fair enough.
Good point on the girl singing, though, Dave.
She killed it, dude. She did kill it.
It was pretty impressive.
Yeah.
But not as impressive as Kenichi. Burn.
But, yeah, no. So Kenichi gets that first category. They're up 1-0. We go to fan base. Both these are anime, so obviously you have that anime fan base. But whose was bigger, Dave?
Sword Art Online definitely has a larger fan base than Kenichi. It has commercial success. It has a big following. I feel like Kenichi, it's got a nice level of fan base, but I don't think it's on the same level as Sword Art Online.
Okay. I went the other direction. I know nothing about either one of these two, but I just went in the direction just because from other people that I've talked to, it's like, oh, it's Kenichi. Like Kenichi's better or whatever. So just kind of going on like an outside perspective. Again, not knowing what I'm talking about, and I like it better when Sean breaks the tie, especially when my reason is, I picked it just because other people said it was good, and I really don't have a good enough explanation. So that's when you delegate it to somebody else.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yep.
I also went with Kenichi here. I also don't know a lot about it either. So I kind of just talked to my wife about it. And it's just, she said, in her opinion, it's probably like the bigger of the two. So get mad at her. Throwing her under a bus. She doesn't even know it. But even the reviews, like Kenichi has a lot more better reviews as
I would
well.
have to disagree.
I wouldn't.
Would.
Let's see. Sword Art Online on Crunchyroll, 4.7. Kenichi, 4.9.
That's still pretty cool. That's reviews. Okay, look at how many views
it's
each
ratings.
one.
It's ratings.
The views. Look at
rating.
views. Rating. That's Crunchyroll rating. That's Crunchyroll rating. All right.
You're just
No,
mad.
I'm saying look at the views. Look at the manga sold. Look at manga sold and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I ain't got that type of. I'm not going through the wormhole with all that.
All right. Well,
I'm just
anyway,
saying I did.
No. I think Kenichi deserves it.
Yeah. All right. So Kenichi's up. Kenichi's up 2-0. Sean and I have both gone against Dave twice.
Sorry, Dave. I still like you, and I hope we still play Valheim later, or something.
He's gonna start looking through Craigslist again to see if he can get better goals.
No, I mean he went off one review, but if you go off like manga sales, actually how many people have actually watched each episode, I mean you you would see.
I mean,
There's
him and I talked to other. I mean, he talked to his wife, and and his
when
in
you talk to
his
random
life, his
people,
wife is technically supposed to be the most important opinion, or at least the marriage gods came up with that stupid rule.
What's your wife's favorite anime, by the way? And don't tell me Demon Slayer.
No, it's I don't know. It changes like every month.
Oh man, oh.
Wasn't it when we did it last week? Wasn't it My Hero Academia?
I think it's My Hero. I think that's the one that's like her top favorite one.
That's fair. That's a good one.
She watches such a variety of them that I can't even keep up. She'll show me a clip, and I'm thinking it's like Naruto or something, and it's something completely different that I had no idea she was even watching.
You're like, what is this show? Yeah,
I could ask her. I'll message her.
Yeah. Maybe she could take a minute. Maybe she could take a minute break from yelling at William to answer you. All right.
Watch her say Demon Slayer.
No.
Have you guys seen the new Demon Slayer movie yet?
No.
I want to. I'm gonna soon. I'm probably gonna watch it.
I heard that it was pretty good.
Yeah. All right. Kenichi is up 2-0. We go to voice acting, which is the next category. And Sean, why don't you go ahead and start us off here?
Sticking with Kenichi. I like the dialogue better, the delivery and stuff better than I do in Sword Art. Sorry, Dave. Sorry.
I'm just saying there's a lot of a lot of mixed reviews on the dub for Kenichi.
All right. Well, go ahead and give us your point of view.
Yeah, so Kenichi has a lot of technical issues with its problems with the audio mixing, which makes the music and effects sound muffled and impacts the overall quality. That's not just me. That's literally fact. And then, the English dub is kind of subpar for that. So for that alone, Sword Art Online takes this because it doesn't have bad reviews for the dub.
All right. So
and it doesn't have technical difficulties.
I watched Kenichi on Disney Plus. I didn't see any of that. I didn't hear any of that. I thought everything was just fine. Therefore, again, and you're going to jump off the roof of your house. Please don't, because I don't know if Danielle would be willing to take your place or not and be on the show, unless it's an all anime. Unless we're doing all anime battles. But I also went with Kenichi.
Sword Art is out of here.
Yeah. He's got that, he's looking at us like he probably he's going to look at his daughter if she ever dumps the guy that she's dating now because they both watch anime, and she dumps a guy and she starts dating a guy that doesn't like anime at all. He's giving us that disappointed dad look.
Yep. But it's fine. I mean, it's your guys' opinion, so I find it's valid. Like, I can't make you guys think the way I think, or see it the way I see it.
Lord knows I've been trying to, but it's not working for me. Why the hell should it work for you?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm still kind of new to the anime world.
I just walked into. I didn't walk in.
I forced it upon you guys.
And also, I'm basing my answers off of like a couple episodes here and there. If like for certain animes, obviously, other shows
where I've watched.
Yeah, to where your opinions are coming from seasons.
You've watched countless episodes.
So yeah, I've watched all Sword Art Online. I watched Sword Art Online, the second one, because there's Alcatrazing or whatever it is.
At least he's Latin, I think, right?
Yeah. I ain't gonna lie. I like when Dave goes first on an anime character, because then I can take his answer of stuff that I might have not have looked at or known.
But
not saying that he's persuasive.
Well, how many times has he persuaded Eric? But also, too, that's when Eric doesn't want to give an actual answer. So, Eric's the kid in school that that's supposed to be smart, but he's also lazy. So sometimes he'll just copy off somebody else's answer.
That was me too. Back in school, like I could do it. Like I was smart enough to do it, but I didn't want to do it.
Why would I?
Yeah, it was just repetition. Like they're giving me the same problem, just different numbers or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It was a waste of my time.
But as far as like, you forcing the anime on us, it was, you asked permission. You're like, hey, can I just, how many of these do you want? You had to come up with 50 shows. I had put my 50 out there. I knew Eric was going to steal a bunch of them from, copy off some people's answers. I actually expected Eric to come up with the same 50 that I had already come up with, even though I'd already put mine out there.
Yep.
So when you came up with 50 anime and then I asked you to do like 20 something more because this thing had started to grow.
Yep. No problemo.
Yeah. We asked for this. We're getting it. Some of these are good. Some of these might not be so good. And Sword Art Online, just because it loses here doesn't mean it's going to keep losing.
For sure. I mean, it went up against a tough opponent. I mean, so Kenichi is a good anime. I'm nothing against it. Just in my opinion, I thought Sword Art Online did things better. But that's just my opinion.
Like it would have been in other categories, it probably would have succeeded.
Right.
All right. So 30 points for Kenichi, -10 for Sword Art Online.
Did you guys like the Sword Art Online like story, like how it was like you put on that gaming gear and it takes you into like a world and they were trapped in?
The concept of the show.
Yeah, that concept was
concept.
Yeah, the concept was pretty dope.
Okay, I like the concept of the show. It's just there were some things that Kenichi just did better.
Yeah,
100%. It was still a great concept. All right, so now main event time: Super Friends versus the Woody Woodpecker Show. Super Friends in the division of Bobby Lovewell, Woody Woodpecker Show in the division of Mark Ritchie. All right, so theme song is the opening category, and for me, this is kind of easy because of my but my line of thinking of the theme song should always be a song. Super Friends is more of an intro. That's why I went with Woody the Woodpecker. Because it's more, I mean, there's no words to it, but it's more musical. Dave?
Yeah, I went with Woody the Woodpecker here as well. I think it's a little more catchy.
Yeah. What do you think of his laugh?
The manic laugh?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a little. I thought it was kind of funny. I liked it.
I used to love it.
At first, because I was watching it through YouTube, so I thought it was like somebody messing with the theme song itself. So I had to find actual episodes, and I was like, "Oh, that's actually in there." So
yeah.
But yeah, no, I thought it was great.
Yeah, I loved it when I was a kid. All right, Sean?
Same. Woody the Woodpecker. It's a heck of a lot more enjoyable.
Yeah. All right, now we move on to a harder category. Well, a harder category for Woody the Woodpecker to win, and that's fan base. And the reason why is because you got your superhero fans out there and your DC Justice League fans out there. Because, by the way, the Super Friends are the Justice League. Mm-hmm. For anybody not keeping score. Sean, go ahead.
Super Friends. That's exactly what you just brought up there. So many people are superhero fans over Woody the Woodpecker.
Yeah.
It's just never ending. So.
All right, Dave?
You got that devoted DC following. I'm going with Super Friends.
All right. As am I. I mean, it's just, that's hard to beat.
Yeah, it's undeniable. Yeah. Honestly.
Voice acting. So again, like, iconic voice acting. I believe in not Injustice, Jesus, in Super Friends. But the guy who voices Woody the Woodpecker,
Mel Blanc.
yeah,
Blanc. How do you say his last name? Is it Blanc or
I
Blanc?
always said Blanc.
Okay.
By the way, he has voiced iconic. He was the voice of Heathcliff.
He's a man of 1,000 voices. That's his nickname.
So he was so talented. I gave it, however, to the Justice League because that's one iconic voice to
Super Friends.
Thank you. I'm going to make this mistake even though Justice League is a cartoon on this thing. But yeah, I'm giving it to Super Friends. All right, Dave?
I went with Woody the Woodpecker here just because of Mel Blanc. Blanc. I think he did a fantastic job. He's got that iconic laugh. His character, they're all distinct. Like all of his characters that he plays are all distinct to that character, and I think he really kills it in the roles that he plays. So I'm going with the man of 1,000 voices.
Yeah. All right. Sean, you're breaking the tie.
I'm going Woody the Woodpecker. Same reason, the voice actor is just iconic. The laugh he has to do is iconic.
Yeah. It was very hard for me to pick between the two. And if I would have, when I was doing this, I kind of forgot that Mel Blanc was, and then I looked it up and it's like, I'm not erasing it. I'll just try to, make my answer make sense. But no, I mean, he's, again, the man of 1,000 voices. I mean, when we did Garfield a couple months ago, he won the voice acting category just because of who voiced Garfield.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he's just so,
good at it.
Iconic to the character. Mel Blanc, he had 1,000 characters, and he had so many characters he was known for. This is one of them. I think Heathcliff even won voice acting, against Scooby-Doo. If that was
wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah. All right, so Woody the Woodpecker is up 2-1 over the Super Friends. They can win it here. The category is humor. Sean, why don't you go ahead and start?
I actually went with Woody the Woodpecker here. I thought there was just more humor in it. Just because the show is supposed to be kind of a quirky show. So,
yeah.
Sticking true to the roots. Super Friends had humor in it, but I don't know. I liked Woody the Woodpecker more.
It had more humor. It had humor in it, but not like the kind of zany humor that Woody the Woodpecker had.
Right.
But before I give my answer, Dave, why don't we go to you?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with Sean here. Woody the Woodpecker. Just thought it was like that classic humor, kind of like the Roadrunner type deal, kind of vibes, kind of gave me, with its kind of humor when him and the coyote are kind of going at it. But yeah, so it kind of just reminded me of that, and so at Super Friends, I feel like the humor was unintentional. I don't think they were trying to be funny. It was just there, here, and there.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree with that. I also went with Woody the Woodpecker, just, again, because of I feel like that's what the show was meant to be, it was meant to have all that humor in it. So they're going to win 3-1. So Super Friends gets beat here 3-1. So 20 points for Woody the Woodpecker. No points for Super Friends because they did win a category. You okay over there, Dave?
Yeah, sorry, my dog was freaking out. I was just checking the window.
Oh.
He was just barking at the neighbors.
I do that all the time. Been barking a lot at the Amazon Prime delivery guy because he keeps putting our packages on somebody else's doorstep.
Lazy.
One of these days, I'm going to have to bite him. But all right, so Woody the Woodpecker gets a 3-1 win. KENLCHI gets a 3-0 win, as does Blue Exorcist. The Boring World, where the concept of dirty jokes doesn't exist, beats Parasite the Maxim 3-2. All right, so this upcoming Saturday night on the Animated Hour of Power, we have Rick and Morty the Anime versus Hellsing Ultimate. Lucas the Spider versus Total Drama. Dragon Ball Super versus Dr. Stone. And the main event is Voltron versus Mask. I'm personally looking forward to that one. Next week, so next Wednesday here on the Animated Showdown, episode 11 already. American Dragon Jake Long versus the Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Jimmy Neutron versus The Mummy, the animated series. Boruto Next Generations versus Men in Black, the animated series. And the main event, Jujutsu Kaisen versus Naruto.
Cool.
So
Naruto's about to show him who Big Daddy is.
I mean, we'll see. This is kind of.
I'm just kidding. I love both. Jujutsu Kaisen, I love that show too. So I won't even be upset whatever one wins. I watched them both. I watched all the movies for both, and I just gotta say I love both. So, and Jujutsu Kaisen gives out shout outs to Naruto during its show. So,
all right, so that's gonna be a heck of a, and it's gonna be like one because we talked on Saturday about how solo leveling could probably challenge like the big three and possibly get away. And we said the same thing about Jujutsu Kaisen. Well, Jujutsu Kaisen gets the first crack at it.
Yep, they definitely do. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah,
it's Naruto, not Naruto Shippuden.
Yeah, Naruto Shippuden already had their issues with the Simpsons.
Yeah. Okay. Well, see, that gives Jujutsu Kaisen a little bit of an edge because they're fighting the younger version of Naruto.
Yeah, and Boruto is going against Men in Black, the animated series.
Boruto is pretty like it continues off of Naruto. Boruto does because that's his son, obviously. But the animations are peak. But the story kind of I like it and don't like it at the same time, if that makes sense. For Boruto.
So, all right. So that is this upcoming Saturday and the next Wednesday. Make sure to like and subscribe to the When Tunes Combined YouTube channel, and join the Facebook group When Tunes Combined, facebook.com/groups/When Tunes Combined. Also, like and subscribe to the Wrestling 30 Years podcast YouTube channel, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time every Friday night. This upcoming Friday, we are going to do the our main event, our big money match ranking. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe to our Eric's Unscripted Sports Show, the Dizzle 97 YouTube channel, and Twitch, Daniel's Gaming Universe, and of course the Stabcast with Daniel and Mindy, which usually airs on Sunday. You can find Wildcard Dave on Twitch at TCX1095, Sean on TCAX Reaper on TikTok, YouTube, and Twitch. And we will see everybody Saturday night. So we got some pretty decent battles coming up. I mean, I'm looking forward to Saturday's main event. Dave's looking forward to next Wednesday's main event. Because I feel like with Voltron and Mask, it's like so similar because Voltron, was 80s, and it's like it really is. It's Transformers before Transformers. Mm-hmm. And Mask is kind of just like it's very like it's just so cool. Like, and it they do some stuff, and there are certain categories that I think they will excel at, and you guys will see it because I'm pretty sure you guys have never seen that show before.
Okay. Yeah, no, I haven't.
Yeah, because it's not the Jim Carrey mask.
No. Yeah, I've watched the movie with Jim Carrey. I haven't watched the cartoon.
Well, no, this is not the Jim Carrey mask cartoon. This is something completely different from the 80s.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So this is something completely different from the 80s. It was actually a Canadian cartoon.
Huh.
That came over into the States, and it's very popular. And if merch is first of all, merch, it's going to be very hard between Voltron and Mask because they're both very money making franchise in the merchandise department, because they were able to capitalize on the success.
When do we do Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood? That's one show I really want you guys to watch. I think you'd find very interesting. And the first couple episodes are pretty intense and whatnot.
About 4 weeks.
Okay.
It is episode 15 of Animated Showdown, and it's going against Beetlejuice, the animated series. Sorry, Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
All right. So we will see everybody on Saturday.
All right. Sounds good.
Later.
Take it easy, everybody.
Have a good day.
Yeah.
Have a
good day. Have a good rest of the work day, and we'll see everybody Saturday night.